Hi, everybody. It's Miss Bonavita. This time around, we are going to do a silhouette artwork. Silhouettes are solid dark images against a bright background. So as you can see, we're going to have a palm tree on an island with islands in the horizon line in the background. So what you're going to need for this project is 2 pieces of white paper, um, 5 inches across and 7 inches high. So you'll need 2 of these. And you'll need colored pencils, a regular pencil and a sharpener, and then a black marker. You can use your Sharpie. You can use any kind of marker that's going to go over on top of the colored pencil in the background. Okay, so I wanted to start off by showing you my final product, and now we'll begin from the beginning. Okay, so here's my blank paper. What you're going to start off doing is choose colors that would be part of a sunrise, a sunset. You don't need to have a lot of them. You could incorporate, say, orange or any types of blues, violets, yellows, pinks, reds. So what I chose is just these 4 colors. This is actually a dark violet, a red, yellow, and like a turquoisey kind of blue. For this project, you don't want to make green and you don't want to use green. So in your prior knowledge that you should already have, making green would be using blue and yellow together. So blue and yellow overlapping is going to make green. So you don't want to make green, you don't want to use green. So the idea here is, just like the final artwork that I showed you, is we're going to have the colors that are in the sky reflecting on the water. So you're going to start off with any colors that you want. Maybe the darker ones are on top, and then the lighter ones are in the middle, and then you're going to flip-flop it. So the same colors are going to repeat below that reflect into the water. So what I started off with is I used my violet. A sharp pencil does work best, and you can use the edge of it. And we aren't going to measure out a border like we did last time, but you can kind of just do a rough edge and not color right up to the edge of the paper. You can just make a kind of a rough looking border. And then I overlapped with the blue. So feel free to overlap into the color that you just started off with. And then bring that same color down. It doesn't matter how thick your patches of color are, just wherever you want them to be. And then I continued with my red. Okay, right here I would not want to use yellow, because yellow and blue make green. So don't overlap yellow and blue, any types of blue or yellow. I'm going to overlap the blue with the red, which kind of makes a purple, another violet shade. You can press light, you can press dark. You can have different variations of light and darks, different values or shades of the colors you use. And then I switched into yellow. So here's where I'm going to make orange as the yellow overlaps the red. And this is also where my horizon line is going to be, those islands in the background. Right around this area, about the middle part of your paper, halfway down. Now I'm going to continue with the same colors, red, blue, and violet. So here's my finished piece of the first step, coloring the background. Now the next thing you're going to do, okay, after you're done with your background colors, and remember you've made a pattern, You're going to get another piece of paper, that 5x7 white paper. I did mention you need 2 of them. This paper is going to be to draw your palm tree on. So you're going to take a regular pencil, and this is how I'm going to teach you how to draw a palm tree. Now your palm tree can lean a little bit. It could go straight up tall. It could lean the opposite way, whatever you'd like. So start off with the trunk, and you're going to make 2 parallel lines that make up the palm tree trunk. And just leave the top of the trunk open like that, right up top. Next thing you're going to do is make lines that come out of the trunk. So palms usually kind of bend down. Maybe one goes here, here, and then maybe another one really bends down below. And then the next step is you're going to make kind of a curved zigzag line. Okay, and this is a curved zigzag line is going to go underneath the curve of the line that you made for the palms. So it's okay if they overlap. Another curved line, zigzag. Oh, that one's kind of thin. And then my last zigzag is going to go under this curved line. It's going to overlap the trunk a little bit, but that's okay. Now this looks really long to me. I think I'm going to shorten it, because now that I drew it in, it looks a little awkward. I'm just going to make this be the end of the palm. Okay, so the next thing is you're going to make the bottom of an island, just the line itself. And then halfway down the paper, you're going to make a line. Now you can use your ruler or just kind of guesstimate where the middle of the paper is, and you're going to sketch a line straight across. And maybe you want to use your ruler for that. It doesn't really matter, as long as it's about halfway down. And then you can make a little island in the back, and you can go right through the palm tree, because remember, this is all a silhouette. You're going to just darken it in solid anyway, so it's okay if you have a little bit overlapping going on. So maybe I'll make 3 little islands. You're not going to see the entire islands, but we have the palm tree in front. Okay, at this point, after you're happy with your palm tree, here's another sample that I've drawn, which I kind of like a little better. But after you're done drawing your palm tree, you're going to color in the back where you see lines through the paper. So let me just show you what that looks like. So make believe I want to use this palm tree because I do like it better. You're going to color the back in, okay? And you're going to use a sharp pencil, and you're just going to color over the lines that you see from the other side. If you take your paper to the window, this is going to be a lot easier to do. So let me show you. So I'm in my classroom. Ooh, it's very bright out there. But if you go to a window using a sharp pencil, you're going to be able to see the lines a lot better to add pencil on top of. Now, don't color on top of your drawing. You want to make sure you flip your paper over and you're coloring right over the pencil lines that you see from the other side. Okay, it has to be dark. The darker it is, the better. Doesn't have to be pretty as long as you put pencil on top of the lines that you see from the other side. And you would take your time to go over all the pencil lines. And as you see, I've already done that with this paper. I've already done it at the window. So on this side is my palm tree and islands. I took it to the window and I put pencil on top of all the lines that I saw through from the other side. This is going to help you copy your palm tree onto your colored pencil background. So here's my colored pencil background, you should already have. Here's my palm tree with the pencil on the back. All that graphite is nice and dark. And I'm going to match it up with the paper below. And now I'm going to retrace my palm tree. Use a pen, a black pen, a red pen, a blue pen, but a pen is going to allow you to add some pressure as you trace on top of your pencil lines. Also, using a pen is going to allow you to see where you've traced. Okay, this is a black pen, so I'm really able to see and keep track of the areas I've already traced. So what's happening underneath is all that pencil that you put on the back of this paper is now allowing your palm tree to transfer onto the colored paper below. So this is called a carbon copy technique. We're making a carbon copy of our palm tree drawing right onto the paper beneath it. This pen doesn't work so great, but that's okay as long as you're pressing on top of all your pencil lines. It's the pressure of the pen that's transferring your drawing onto the colored paper below. So here's where the magic happens. You take your paper off, and here's the palm tree on the background colored paper because of all that pencil. Okay? Now at this point, you're just simply going to take your black marker and you're going to trace. Now you might have to darken your lines with pencil first because it's very light, too hard to see. You can also, you can just always darken your pencil before you start to add your black marker. But basically, you're just going to trace over all your pencil. Again, don't worry if there's overlapping because you're going to be filling it all in with black anyway. I wouldn't bring the black lines right to the edge. I would leave those kind of jagged to match the jagged colored pencil. And you're just going to fill all the spaces in after you trace. Now I'm running out of time with this video, but I'm going to continue tracing. And then I'm going to have an example of my finished product as part of this assignment. And you'll be able to see my finished product at that point. So happy transferring, happy tracing. Oh, don't forget to sign your name as well. You'll see that in my example.